Take a moment and picture Iran. What comes to mind? A vibrant, modernizing nation that existed right before that pivotal year? Today, we're journeying back in time to explore the lost world of pre-revolutionary Iran, a place of dazzling contrasts and sweeping changes. From 1925, Iran was ruled by the Pahlavi dynasty, first by Reza Shah and then by his son Mohammad Reza Pahlavi. This wasn't just another monarchy. It was a period of intense, top-down transformation. The Shah envisioned a great civilization, a powerful, modern Iran that could stand shoulder to shoulder with the great nations of the West. His ambition was fueled by one thing: oil. And with a river of petrodollars flowing into the treasury, the pace of change was breathtaking. Imagine stepping into Tehran in the 1960s or 70s. You'd see skyscrapers piercing the skyline, highways teeming with the latest American and European cars, and factories churning out goods. This was the era of the White Revolution, the Shah's ambitious reform program. He wanted to build dams, expand railways, boost literacy, and create a modern industrial base. New cities and industries seemed to spring up overnight. Western consultants and engineers flocked to the country, bringing with them not just technology, but also a lifestyle that was rapidly adopted by the urban elite. This westernization wasn't just economic. It transformed the very fabric of society. In the cities, you'd find a cultural scene that was electric. Cinemas screened Hollywood blockbusters, record stores sold albums by Elvis and the Beatles, and nightclubs pulsed with the latest Western music. Iranian artists were also having a moment, blending traditional Persian motifs with modern abstract art, and creating a unique and dynamic cultural fusion. The Shiraz Arts Festival, for instance, became a world-renowned event, attracting avant-garde performers from all over the globe. It was a time of artistic exploration and openness. Perhaps the most visible symbol of this change was the role of women. The government actively promoted women's rights and education. The Family Protection Law of 1967 gave women more rights in marriage, divorce, and child custody. On the streets of Tehran, you'd see women in the latest Western fashions, miniskirts included, driving cars, attending university, and pursuing careers as doctors, lawyers, and even government ministers. In 1963, women gained the right to vote and run for parliament. For a segment of the population, this was a golden age of liberation and opportunity. Economically, Iran was booming. It was one of the fastest-growing economies in the world. The national wealth skyrocketed, and a new, affluent middle and upper class emerged. They lived in lavish villas, sent their children to study abroad, and enjoyed a lifestyle that rivaled their counterparts in Europe or America. The Shah's dream of a modern, prosperous nation seemed to be coming true. But beneath this glossy surface, deep cracks were forming. This rapid modernization was a double-edged sword. While the cities prospered, the benefits didn't trickle down to everyone. A vast gap opened up between the wealthy, westernized urbanites and the poor, traditional rural population. Many villagers, displaced from their land by agricultural reforms, flocked to the cities in search of work, only to find themselves living in sprawling, impoverished shantytowns. They saw the decadence and wealth of the elite and felt left behind, their traditional values and way of life under threat. This created a sense of cultural alienation. To many devout Iranians, the Western influence wasn't progress, it was corruption. They saw the nightclubs, the alcohol, the revealing clothes, and the secular government policies as an attack on their Islamic identity. The Shah's regime, while promoting social freedoms, was also highly authoritarian. There was no room for political dissent. The secret police, known as Savak, were feared for their brutality in silencing any opposition. Political parties were banned, and freedom of the press was non-existent. This combination of economic inequality, cultural anxiety, and political repression created a perfect storm of discontent. The clergy, who had long been a powerful force in Iranian society, began to mobilize this opposition. They spoke a language that resonated with the masses. A language of social justice, anti-imperialism, and a return to Islamic values. From his exile, a charismatic cleric named Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini became the voice for all these grievances. He condemned the Shah as a puppet of the West, a tyrant who had sold out Iran's soul. So the Iran of the 1970s was a land of incredible contradictions. It was a place where women could be pilots and judges, yet where political freedom was a distant dream. It was a nation of gleaming skyscrapers and impoverished slums, of world-class art festivals and secret prisons. It was a society caught between a powerful ancient history and a forced march into modernity. This complex and volatile mix was the powder keg. The Shah, increasingly isolated and out of touch, saw the prosperity and believed his rule was secure. He failed to see the deep resentment brewing just beneath the surface. He didn't understand that for millions of Iranians, his vision of a great civilization felt alien and unjust. The dazzling, complex, and contradictory world of Pahlavi Iran was about to come to a sudden and dramatic end, paving the way for the Islamic Republic and a new chapter in the nation's history. Understanding this pre-revolutionary era is crucial. It wasn't a simple story of a backwards country, but a dynamic, fast-changing society grappling with immense pressures. It shows us that history is never black and white. It's a tapestry of progress and inequality, freedom and repression, hope and despair, all woven together. And it was this very tapestry that unraveled in 1979. History often looks simple when we view it from the present. But the story of Iran before the 1979 revolution shows us something deeper. A country that appeared to be rapidly modernizing, building universities, expanding cities, and opening itself to the world, was also experiencing powerful internal tensions that many outsiders did not fully understand. Economic inequality, political repression, cultural change, and religious opposition slowly built pressure beneath the surface. And when that pressure finally exploded, it completely transformed the nation. The Iran that existed before 1979 disappeared almost overnight, replaced by a new political and religious system that still shapes the region today. But history always leaves us with an important question. If those tensions had been resolved differently, would Iran today look completely different? And more importantly, how many other countries today might be following a similar path without realizing it? If you enjoy exploring the hidden turning points of history, subscribe to HistoroMystic because the past often explains the future. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back in time. If you found this fascinating, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history. What are your thoughts on this period? Let me know in the comments below. See you next time.